Evening and welcome to this week's live chat. It's a little different. I am testing some stuff, so bear with me, okay? So for a start, yes, Doug, you are in the horizontal chat. So we've got a horizontal chat, but we also have the vertical chat, which I've just realized is so far away I can't read it. Bring it over. So we have good morning for live streaming consultants. How are you going there? It doesn't bring, it'll bring up the comments on the individuals. I'm actually running two screens, two streams. Let's do something hard when you've just been down sick for a week. I don't know why I decided to do this now, but I am. This is what I'm doing. So I've got some over here watching on the vertical stream. So I see you, Amazing Yacht Destinations and Home Rapid Repair. Oh, has the Super Bowl already started? I didn't think it started yet. Oh, I was like looking at the times. I thought we'd have like a little bit of time, but maybe we don't. And then we've also got the horizontal stream. So Doug is in the house. He is over on the horizontal stream as far as I am seeing. So Amazing Yacht Destination, yes, you are on the vertical stream. If you don't want to be on the vertical stream, then you can actually go back to my channel page and choose the one that one of them actually has got vertical written in the comments in the title. The other one does not. So if you go back to the channel, so just click on the Chantelle Hills, go to the channel and choose the other live stream. So if you're in vertical and don't want to be, you can go over and change. If you are in horizontal and want to try the vertical, you can do the same thing. But I am also streaming to LinkedIn and Twitter. Yes, I think LinkedIn and Twitter. Although because I have this many screens open already, I do not have LinkedIn and Twitter running in the background. So I do not know. Doug is a champion. He has popped the horizontal stream into the chat. Leanne's Craft Room is in the vertical stream. How are you going? It's so good to see you all. So yeah, not that the link works on vertical. No clickable links in vertical chat. Unfortunately, or descriptions. So if I talk about any of the links in the descriptions, you're going to have to come over to the horizontal. It's so weird. Anyway, we're testing it. It's a test. It's going to be fun. So yeah, also Amazing Home Yacht Destinations. You are over in the horizontal now. Hello, Home Rapid Repair is here. He's in both. So it's so good to see you all. I do know that for those of you in the US, it is Super Bowl. And I understand how much some of you love Super Bowl. So I was planning on keeping the stream short, so you still got time. But I did want to check this out. I did want to try and play with it and see how it went. Now, at the moment, StreamYard can't stream to both at the same time in the one window, okay? So I actually have two streams running separately. So if I change a scene on one, it's not going to change on the other. If I bring a comment up on one, it's not going to bring it up on the other. So unfortunately, it does make it cumbersome to do it this way. Cumbersome is probably the best way. Also means that I was really nervous about doing this, trialing this today. A, because I'm, not quite all here. Just still, I'm not, how do I describe this? I'm not sick anymore, but I'm still not better. Like I'm not 100% better. My brain's still a bit foggy. My nose still doesn't work. Things like that. So, it's still not 100% better, but I feel so much better than I did last week. We call it American football. It's American football to us because we already have AFL, which is the Australian football, and then we have NRL, which is the National Rugby. So yeah, we already have plenty of football here, and then we also have soccer. So I don't want to get deep into the weeds of football because I actually am not a sports ball fan. I don't know anything about it other than the name of some of the codes. I don't know anything about teams or anything like that. It's not really my jam. let me look here. A brain fog can linger from Leanne over in the vertical. Absolutely, it can. Yeah. Um, so what I wanted to talk about is YouTube the best option for live streams? So for me, it is, right? It is absolutely hands down 100% the best option for live streaming for me. But it may not be for you. It's one of those ones, it's like every time I say it depends, right? It makes me think of Shelley Saves the Day. And I'm like, oh, I'm stealing her answers. But the truth is, it depends. It really does depend. Who is your audience? Who is, where are they? What kind of people are they? Who are you trying to attract? You need to stream where they are, or you need to have a way to bring them to where you want to stream. And that's what I've been doing. I have a big audience on Facebook, but I don't like how Facebook streams. I don't like how cumbersome it is to stream to Facebook, to my Facebook group, to, all the different things over there. It is, it's just, it's not ideal for me. So you need to think about who your audience is, where they are, and test. So I do stream in Facebook every now and again, just to double check that I still hate it. The answer is yes. One of the big things that happened to me was I ran a little like a little quiz thing, and I picked the winner as the person who gave the answer first, as the answer that appeared in the chat that I could see. Well, it turns out that everyone saw everything in different orders, and there was about 10 people who thought they won. And it made it really awkward because like I was only choosing one winner. So I took a screenshot and I was just like, this is my winner because this is the way I see it. And I didn't stream anything like that on Facebook ever again. So I definitely feel that streaming to YouTube is better for me. I can choose. I can choose either live chat or top chat, which is some. Doug, do you even know how YouTube chooses how top chat is viewed? I don't even know, but I don't like top chat. There's comments missing. So I always choose live chat, and that puts it in the order that it was entered as best as I can see it. And as far as I can tell, I think everyone sees it in the same order when it's on live chat. So yeah. Home Rapid Repair over on the vertical says, I tested a vertical live stream from StreamYard last night. It brought some new peeps in for sure. If I keep that up, I would need a mod for sure. Oh, look. Now I missed Nick's stream because I went to sleep. I'm sorry. I felt terrible leaving Doug in the lurch, but I was unable to keep awake. So, but then I watched the replay happening yesterday, and it sounds like there needs to be some serious moderation happening on the vertical stream. One thing I will say is that I'm really glad you can mod the vertical stream from your desktop, because with that much moderating that Nick needed, I can't imagine trying to do that by, tapping and, yeah. So I'm really glad that at least Doug was able to moderate it from desktop or laptop or whatever he used, but not a mobile device. So I think, and this was one of the reasons why I was a bit nervous about doing this today, and I was really lucky that Doug was actually going to be available this morning, because it just is reassuring for me. Now, obviously it's not super busy because of Super Bowl, and I think there's some other streams and things happening right now, but and I'm relieved, I'll be honest. I was a bit nervous about running this as a test because it's heavier on my computer. It's there's lots of things like why it's a little bit trickier. So I was nervous, and so I'm just really relieved that I do have a mod. So I could definitely understand why you would want a mod. I've been doing this a long time, and I still want a mod. Live stream consultant says, I caught the last few minutes of your stream yesterday and it looked good at my end on desktop. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. So Doug says, I have no idea how YouTube chooses the what is it? Top chat. So no, I've got no idea. That'd be a great question for Renee. I'm going to write it. Top chat. There we go. All right. So if you are predominantly a business, if you are probably even more corporate or looking at a corporate audience or a business to business audience, I would definitely be steering you towards giving LinkedIn a try, or adding LinkedIn. I actually think that, all right, everyone's sitting down. I know this is going to be shocking. I think you should always be streaming to YouTube plus the others, not one or the other, plus the others. With software like StreamYard, they make it just so much easier, honestly. Now, I do know Facebook's changing some things and there's a few things up in the air. That I was actually saying to Doug the other day, I really wish Facebook would make their announcements clear. So Facebook is going to be sunsetting the access to the API for streaming into groups to companies like StreamYard, Restream, all these companies that can connect into Facebook that way. Now, I've got my fingers crossed that we'll still be able to stream in using like RTMP, things like that. So I've got my fingers crossed that they're not clear. They haven't said, or maybe they've got, maybe they're going to bring out a tool that actually makes streaming good. Their actual streaming UI it's not great. I don't like. I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of most of the different companies' standalone streaming sort of user windows or user interfaces. It is. It's one of these things. Now that I'm using StreamYard, I see all the problems with the others. You can't bring comments on screen for just about any of them, whereas I really like to do that. I'm not doing it so much today just because I know that if I bring a comment on screen for the vertical viewers, the horizontals don't get it and it's a bit weird. So I am trying to really remember to read everything out. YouTube is my home base. That's right. So Doug has said YouTube is my home base, and it is, which is why I'm like, okay, I want everything on YouTube. Part of that is, one, I have a place where everything is. I can find all my previous streams. I can find all my videos. Everything is there. But secondly, I've found for myself that over the years of using various different softwares, all the different things, I have found that the searchability on YouTube and how they share even your old content to new subscribers is phenomenal. You don't get that on any of the other platforms. Once it's usually gone out of the feed, it's gone. And so I definitely think that if you want your content to be found again and again, make it evergreen, whether it's a live stream or a video, you should be putting it over on YouTube. I think they're the only ones really doing that properly. So one thing I did want to check is that you can all hear me and see me properly. I'm assuming that you can. No one has said anything because I'm actually running two separate audios. I'm able to use the same camera input. So I've set up literally two different windows for the two different streams. One has got this camera and this mic, and the other one has got this camera and this little mic. You can't see it. It's just here. It's just tucked. It's a little lavalier mic. I've just tucked it behind, which is quite funny. There's just a cord running across my desk. The widescreen viewers could see it. There's the cord there. I had no options. I tried my extension. The extension didn't work. So, amazing yacht destination. I wish that YouTube could bring both vertical and horizontal chat together. Disconcerting that there are comments that we don't see. Amazing yacht destinations. This is my number one peeve of multi-streaming. I was actually trying to explain what I'm doing today to my husband, and he's like, okay, so you're going to be streaming to all your normal spots, but you're going to be streaming to YouTube on your channel in two times. And I'm like, yeah, there's two instances. If you go to my page, there's two distinct live streams. He's like, why? And I'm like, well, I think of it this way. I've got the multi-streams for the multiple platforms and then the dual stream into YouTube so that I can have live and horizontal and vertical. And I'm like, it's a test. I don't know if I'm going to do this going forward. One thing I will say, if I do decide to do this going forward, I need a better solution for the microphone. I don't like having this cord just waving in the air. It's doing my brain in. But what I was saying is that Amazing Yacht Destinations has said that bringing the chats together, my pet peeve with multi-streaming, just to get back to that, is the fracture of the community. It is it is just how hard it is for everything to be sort of, I don't know why my phone made a noise because it's on silent. I'm going to double down on it. So yeah, it is definitely fractures the audience. Is it a bad thing? I don't know. I think it is, because for me, if the audience is all over the place, they're not together as a community. So if you guys want to all see the same chat, jump over here onto the horizontal stream over on YouTube. And we can all be in the chat together, but we do have the vertical stream on YouTube open as well, and Twitter and LinkedIn. So I'm not seeing any comments from Twitter or LinkedIn today, but that's okay. All right. Doug says that he thinks that's going to be this. Oh, okay. So the RTMP option for going into the stream, into Facebook groups, I think so. I think that will be the solution. I don't know for certain. I don't know what Facebook are going to allow or what they're planning to release. It's not happening till the end of April, so we've got some time. It's not happening tomorrow or anything like that. So we've got some time. Amazing Yacht Destination says we've got good quality, so that is good. That is good. High Rapid Repair has said, so sound is good. So glad you are over the worst of the illness. That is great. I can't pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Cesano? I don't know. I'm Australian. So yeah, just asking over in the vertical chat whether I'm from Australia or New Zealand. Doug says that he reckons it's going to end up being one or the other, not dual streams once the newness wears off. Yeah, I agree. I don't think going forward I want to be doing this, right, with the multiple windows, the multiple streams onto my channel. It sends out notifications for 2 different streams. It's confusing. It's perplexing to the viewer. Anything that's perplexing to the viewer is bad, right? So I would love to see a way where you can do this and it goes to the vertical stream. So I think that would be amazing. I do, but I don't want to stream just vertical because for the widescreen, it's a terrible experience. And I usually watch on widescreen, so it was just not my favorite. Let me have a look. Yeah. Dee did a perfectly fine vertical stream test yesterday. That's great. So I'll have to go and check that one out. So that was on Dee's channel. I saw earlier that you said you modded that for a few hours yesterday as well. I'm just gonna have a little drink. I'm like the chief beverage goblin today. I got 4. Okay, so it was one of these things. Amazing Yacht Destination says. I think the only solution at this moment will be the streamer bringing the chat and display on stream using Social Ninja Stream Chat. Will use up screen space, but vertical still will be a problem. I've zero interest in bringing my chat on screen. I know some people are totally fine with it. I am a control freak. I will not risk my channel for a bad comment appearing that I can't control or remove easily. I don't even want a glimpse of it on screen if I can avoid it. So that is a fast way to getting your channel deleted if you're not careful. And if you've got a dodgy chat, if you don't have mods in there, keeping an eye on it, making sure it's PG-13, it could end up being an absolute dumpster fire, and you've got that on screen. Therefore, you are broadcasting it. So according to YouTube, if you broadcast it, you're okay with it. And then you've chosen to have that information on screen. I don't like to do that sort of thing. It is up to you entirely. Yeah, it is 100% up to you entirely if that's what you want to do. But that's not for me. So while I'm doing these for now, they will be split chats. But it would be amazing, wouldn't it be just amazing if you could choose when you're going live stream whether or not to add the vertical stream or not, and YouTube just do it, bloop, and then it's just one YouTube chat. Like, it's already fractured enough when I'm streaming to Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube at the same time. Now it's YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. John says I could put this up on screen. Okay, John. There we go. Hi, John. It's good to see you over in the vertical chat. So it's definitely there's a lot of things about live streaming that are going to depend on you, and they're going to depend on your audience, and you have to make the decision. There's no best way to do something. There is the way that will work for you and the way that will work for your audience, and there might be a best way for your audience or a best way for you as the individual creator, but there's no best way blanket statement. And I know a lot of people don't like that. I know a lot of people want this is the definitive answer, and I'm really sorry I don't have those for you, because I don't believe that this sort of thing has a definitive answer. It is definitely going to depend. It depends. I'm not kidding. Every time, because Shelley Saves a Day it says it a lot. Anyway, so one of the things that I've found the best way to work out is YouTube the best option for your live streaming is to test it. Now, when you're running tests, those of you that have been on my channel before know a test is not 1 or 2 streams. It's not. It's months. It's months and months of great dedication and planning and building, because especially if you're new and if you have a smaller audience, you're not going to know if it's worked or not just off one stream. You know, even large creators with over 1 million subscribers on their channel, one video is not a test. 2 videos is not a test. Testing takes months because you need to allow YouTube time to help you with your testing. And that takes them time to work out what you're doing and who on YouTube would like what you're doing. It takes time. So if you want like hard and fast and no, I'm sorry, it's not going to work that way. Or at least it's not going to work how you want it to work. So you need to go and check these things for yourself. You need to test these things for yourself. And it is frustrating when you're like, okay, is YouTube the best option for live streaming? It seems like a yes or no answer. It's not. It's not a yes or no answer. For me, it's, yeah, of course, because I'm a YouTube addict. I love YouTube. I specialize in YouTube. This is where my most of my research is around YouTube. While I do keep a little ear on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, and Twitter to a degree, it's not my priority. My priority is YouTube. So you need to work out where your priority is. And that's where you need to do your research and your testing. And I'm not kidding when I'm saying testing. Like, this is my regular weekly live stream that I run, unless I'm sick. And then, and this is where we talk about all things YouTube live streaming. But we're running a test in this stream today. We are running an actual test. So I have the YouTube live feed as well as not YouTube live. What am I saying? YouTube Shorts feed as well as a horizontal feed. So it is. I could see that there's people in both. So it's kind of funny. I'm just going to grab a little drink. So I've just gotten over COVID for the first time, and I can't hear out of one ear, which is really disconcerting. And my nose only smells smoke. So, which is really stressful for me because it's an asthma trigger. So for the last 3 days, I'd left the air conditioning on, and my husband was like, "Why is the air conditioning still on?" I'm like, "I don't want to let the smoke in the house." And he was like, "What smoke?" And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, I can smell smoke. Can't you smell smoke? And he's like, that's how he worked it out. For 3 days, I've smelled smoke. And there's no smoke. So, you know, I'm sorry, like if I'm talking weirdly or something like that, I can't hear properly. So, but I just really wanted to stream today. And I thought it's a really great day for me to stream when I'm not 100% because I know some of you have got focus on other things. So, Tech for Your Needs is here over on the horizontal stream. Hey, Tech for Your Needs, it's great to see you. Livestream Consultants has just said that they just tested the vertical chat links in chat. Yeah, no links in in the shorts feed work. So that's a downside, okay? So while I've got the exact same description for both videos, the links will not work at all when in your live vertical streams because it's going through the shorts area of YouTube and they've disabled all links. So the only thing you can do is you can choose my channel name and come over to the other stream and find the links there, or even just go to my website, which is chantellehills.com, and all my recommended links and things are in there. So it is definitely, that's a downside to the live streaming over on the vertical. I like having access to links. Now, I 100% understand why YouTube made the decision. I definitely do. So I'm not complaining about that. I'm just pointing it out. I'm just pointing it out. Thank you, Tech for Your Needs. I'm feeling a lot better. I really am. I'm feeling a heap better. I get very tired very fast. It's ridiculous, actually. So I've already planned the rest of my day for sleep because it will. I'm going to need it, truth be told. All right. John Pullum over on Vertical says, some people's sense of taste, smell, etc. stays messed up for a long time. I hope you recover soon. I read that. I'm like, oh, I wonder how long it'll take till my smell comes back. And I'm like, and I was just like, oh my God, it could take 3 months. I'm like, what? And that's if it comes back at all. Apparently there's like 15% of people where it's permanently destroyed, which really stresses me out. So, because you know, my sense of smell was good. My tea's still too hot, so I'm going to see how my coffee is. Coffee's perfect. All right, let's have coffee. Take that lid off. Okay, so, all right. I now have 2 Yetis. Woohoo! I got another one done. They do custom stuff now. So I've got Chantelle Hills or Chills Survival Beveragino. So, yeah, go Yeti. For those who are new here, it's totally Team Yeti over here. There's no Stanley. It's Team Yeti. I don't care. Like if you've got a Stanley Cup, I'm sorry if you've got a Stanley Cup. Florida manufactured home living. Nice to see you again. Scotch whiskey fixes it if you take enough. I mean, I can test that theory later on. I can. I've got some nice whiskey in the cabinet. I can sort that out later. Okay. Alrighty. So if you've got any questions, don't forget to drop them into whichever chat you're in. And I'm sorry if you're on LinkedIn, there is a known glitch where not all of the comments come over. So I've been chatting with StreamYard about that, that they are chatting with LinkedIn about it. And it's really bizarre because some comments come, but others don't. So someone could write 3 comments and I might get 2 out of 3. It's really bizarre. It's like usually something either works or it doesn't work. This works when it feels like it. It's moody. It's like, oh, okay, fine, you can have that one. So yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird indeed. But if you are on LinkedIn, I'm very sorry. I may or may not see your comment. But yeah, pop your questions in. So Brian here over on Verticals asked my opinions on Kick. I don't really have any. I haven't tested it or tried it. It's not really on my radar. I have heard a lot of people enjoy it. I know that not everywhere has Kick integrated. So I know with StreamYard, which is what I'm using to stream right now, you need to go into Kick with RTMP. I know that upsets a lot of people. But yeah, so I don't really know a lot about it. I haven't used it. I'm struggling enough keeping up with the audiences that I'm already cultivating, which is YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. And I'm, if I'm going to live stream to Instagram, their desktop interface that they've chosen, I'm not a fan. So if I'm going to live stream there, which I just don't usually, I'm going to use my phone. But I don't really have a good opinion for it. Well, any opinion at all, Brian. I'm so sorry. But thank you for your question. I appreciate that. Florida Manufactured Home Living has said, FYI, I tried audio through OBS to StreamYard, nicely synced. Well done. That is awesome. I've got to muck around with the sync options for me for when I'm going from Ecamm to StreamYard. Because like what I want to say, I'm just going to clarify like my opinion or my position. I'm going to clarify my position. I love StreamYard. I really do. I do think it's missing some really great features that I would absolutely just be over the moon for. One of them is being able to build overlays on top of each other. And the other is being able to bring in browser sources. So those two things are really important to me for my streaming journey. I very first started using OBS like 8 years ago. And I learned all my bells and whistles over there. So I got very used to building my scenes. Whereas over here, it is just not... it doesn't allow it. You can have an overlay. You can add an overlay, but you can add one. So you have to build individual overlays with all the different layers on it, and you can do that, sure. But the other problem is, like with OBS and Ecamm, I can actually just move them around while I'm live. So that's really great, being able to do those things. And for me, for the most part, like right now, I am just using StreamYard. Just because there's enough load on my machine right now without just adding Ecamm to the mix. So yeah, but it's one of those things. You need to choose the tool that suits you, and StreamYard may not be the best for what you're doing. But I've found the way to get what I want plus all the bonuses, because StreamYard's got so many cool features that I absolutely love. I don't want to miss out on anything. So I actually usually bring Ecamm in as a virtual camera using the Ecamm audio as well, bringing in Ecamm audio and then having all that filter through to StreamYard. So I like doing that. It works the best for me. It's definitely one of those things. Over on the vertical chat, Annabella, the Happy Carnivore, great to see you, and I love that username. Most of my favorite scat content is either on Kick or OnlyFans due to the stricter regulations on other platforms. Yeah, and I get that. I get that. I have a PG-13 kind of chat and audience. It's like, not that most people here aren't 13. I think everyone's over 18 at least. Which in Australia is an adult. You can vote, drink, whatever. 18 is the number. There's one number for all the things. But yeah, I definitely understand there needs to be places for these other options. So I'm glad they exist. They're just not really on my radar. So I can't really help with either of those, unfortunately. Yeah, Russell's saying over here, you can't have stuff in front of you or behind you in StreamYard. That's right. So if you're using like a green screen layout in something like OBS, you can have something in behind you as well as stuff in front of you. It's one of those things that are just, go in, and you can't do that on StreamYard either. You've got one layer and it's on the top. So yeah. Wow, that's a really interesting comment. Water Fountain 7. I'm not quite sure how to take it. So cool. Beverage time. If you've got any questions about live streaming or which platforms are the best for your audiences or how to work that out, please drop those in the chat. If you've got any YouTube specific questions, also drop those in the chat as well. Okay, so just my throat's getting a little dry. It's one of these things just because I am getting over being sick, which is why my voice is all wrong, or all different. It's just different. It just sounds wrong in my ear. That's all. Alrighty. So for me, running tests to work out which is the best option for live streaming. I personally, this is how I would do it. I would go and set up StreamYard. If you're watching on my horizontal, links are in the description. You can trial StreamYard free, or you can just not trial. There's oh man, my brain is just a bit frazzled. You can use StreamYard for free forever. There is a free basic plan, but you also have the option, and then you're able to just be able to look at it and just work out if the workflow works for you. Like, does it work for you? Can you connect to all the things you want to connect to? Does it allow you to do the things that you want? And then if it does, you can trial like other options. Hang on, I think my dog's about to start up. Now, Manufactured Home Living says that the trial is $720. Yes. So over on so their trial and their basic plans. So even their first level of paid is capped at 720p up for your stream quality. I pay for the professional level plan so that I can get 1080p. So you get to choose. So you can have the free. The free will have their watermark on it, but it's just up in the corner. Let me just see. I don't know what it looks like over on the, there we go. Oh yeah, so there we go. I'm just going to pop the watermark that they have, if I can find it. I've done it on I've got to do it on all the individual streams. That's it. So you get that. You get that little watermark. It's not obtrusive. It's not in the way. You can totally trial things out. Once you pay, when you pay for the basic plan, you can remove it, and you can totally go in and look at that yourself. That's right, Tech for Your Needs. The free plan does have a watermark. I'm sorry, my dog is going off now. I'm going to hazard a guess something's being delivered. Doug Houston is predicting that they will shuffle the resolutions down once the 4K is launched. So I agree with that. I also think that'll happen as well. I think there'll come a point where 720 is no longer acceptable, which it totally is at the moment. There's a lot of people who watch, especially on their phones, they will watch on 720 because it reduces the amount of data that they're using. And I know some people have unlimited data on their phones. I don't. I have a large amount of data. I've never hit the limit on it, but I pay for additional data just as a backup. So if my internet goes down, I've got hotspots straight there ready to go to keep going. So yeah, but yeah, and Doug Houston says he uses the 720 plan. He uses the 720p on StreamYard. I'm using 1080, I think. I didn't check. It's normally 1080. You guys would probably know easier than me. If I go around clicking stuff, I may kill something. Who knows? Let me go back to the comments over here. Alrighty. Russell from Manufactured Home Living, Florida Manufactured Home Living. Sorry, Russell. Is asking, but Facebook streaming will go away with a question mark? No. Is my tentative answer. I don't believe it's going away. They are just removing access for softwares like this. You can still use their entry point. So you can still go in using the Facebook user interface for live streaming, their control center. You can still use that. And you can use that now. You don't need one of these third-party softwares to stream. But I find them to be easier, but they are removing this sort of access where the comments go each way and things like that. They are removing that access. That is going away at the end of April. But the possibility of being able to still access and use RTMP to stream to Facebook, I've got my fingers crossed that will still happen. But when you are streaming using RTMP, the chat doesn't come. It's just the video and that goes out, nothing comes back. So you will need to have Facebook open to see the comments, and you won't be able to bring them up on screen. Yeah. Oh, TechView Needs has confirmed I am streaming at 1080p. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, there you go. See, live stream consultants are saying that they've watched Doug's live streams on a big TV and it looks great. So this is the thing. 720p is still technically HD. It is still technically high definition. It is not full HD at 1080p. It's not UHD at 144 and above. Oh, not 144, 1140, no, 1440 and above. Oh my gosh, numbers in my brain. They're not working. I'll write that down. Don't trust numbers out of my brain right now. Okay. So, did that answer your question, Russell? I'm not sure if it did. So, yeah. So for testing, grab StreamYard, grab the link, use your free trial so that you get to try all the different levels, or just grab the free plan. Do they even ask for your credit card on the free plan? I don't think so. I think it's just free plan is just free. You are limited. There are limits. You'll need to compare the pair and work out which one, which level you end up wanting to be on. But I started at the free, moved on to the basic, and then upped it to the pro. And that took years. I didn't start, boom, straight into pro. And it's like anything with YouTube and anything with live streaming. You don't start with the best cameras, the best audio, the best everything. No, you start with what you've got, and then you slowly build up as you find you need it. And if you don't need it, don't build it. Don't waste your money or waste your energy on things that you won't need or don't know how to use. Okay? So don't think, oh, I'm going to go and get this great camera to do these live streams, having never used the camera before, not even sure if it works on live stream. Not every camera does. So, you've got to check these things. You've got to build it and do it slowly. There we go. Confirmation from Amazing Yacht Destinations. The free plan, they do not ask you for your credit card information. So you can use StreamYard for free with the little watermark for as long as you want. There's no time limit on that. So, or at least as of now, there's no time limit on that. So being able to test these things out. So then once I have got my StreamYard, I would do a test. Now, I know on the basic plan, there's a limit to the multi-streaming. You can't stream to as many locations. So I would have a little look into that. Maybe get the free trial if you can and quickly trial going to all your locations to work out which ones work for you. I think the free trial is only a couple of weeks or maybe a month. But yeah, being able to trial these different things will help you decide where your audience is, where your live streaming audience is. Being able to bring people from your groups or from your other areas that you're allowed to add in, then, it's a little crazier, okay? Because a lot of Facebook groups or Reddit groups or whatever, they've got sharing rules. So make sure you're following those sharing rules and don't be an idiot and risk being kicked out of a group that you can learn so much from about your audience just because you can't share your links in there. That's someone else's group. If you want somewhere where you can just share your stuff willy-nilly, either find one of those dump sites, which aren't worth the time, honestly. No one clicks the videos, they just dump their own. Or build your own community where people actually care about your video. So Manufactured Home Living says that the free trial is for 14 days, but it will want your credit card information. Yeah, because after the free trial, they'll put you on one of the plans, I think. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Live streaming consultants has said, I've spent the last 6 years buying better equipment, piece at a time. Started with a 2017 MacBook Air basic laptop and nothing else. Yeah, I started live streaming in 2016 with, it was a good computer actually. I had a good computer, but a really, really bad webcam. It was a a Logitech. I don't even believe it has a number. I've still got it. It's like a 480p webcam, which at the time was fine because my upload speed was like 2 megabits per second. So, you know, there's things like I was in a discussion this week where someone was really grumpy that they couldn't multi-stream using a different software, not StreamYard. So they used a different software. Where when it's computer based, so you have to have the upload speed to go to multiple locations, and they're upset that they couldn't do it on their internet, and it was just like, but you've just got bad upload speed. You can do you can do a one location, not location, one person stream. They wanted guests. That's what it was. They wanted guests. Whereas with StreamYard, it's still the same upload speed if you've got guests or not. StreamYard take the load. I don't take the load. Let's have a look. Oh, manufacturer says that he started the free trial last week. Oh, awesome. I hope you're getting the most out of it. I think you are. And that was the other thing. So in 2016, I had my dodgy webcam. I had a decentish mic. It was decent compared to the other stuff. Okay. My Zoom H5 recorder was my audio interface. And I had like a Shure PGA 58 microphone, so decent for sure. And then really bad upload speed, but I did it all through OBS. So free software, the webcam I already had, on a computer I already had, and using a mic that I'd bought when I started recording videos. So when I first started recording videos, my first purchase was audio equipment. I had a video camera. It wasn't a video camera. It was a Nikon Pic something. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, did not have interchangeable lenses. It could just zoom. It was fine. It was fine. It did the job. You know what? It did the job. I don't care. I changed over to Canon for a while, and now I'm on Sony. I love Sony. I don't know if I'd go back to Canon. I just prefer Sony. So, you know what? There's nothing I can say about that. It's a personal preference. You can like Sony or Nikon or Canon. It doesn't matter. Doug's saying, I was running OBS on a MacBook Air from 2012, played with others and ended up on Ecamm. Didn't upgrade until 2019. Well, there you go. It was using a C930E from Logitech. I ended up upgrading my webcam to a C920. So I've still got it. It's still here. So it still works sort of. It's old. It's little old man webcam now. He's bowing out. His time for the rocking chair on the porch. Yeah, and Doug's saying now we can go live from a phone or tablet with pro features. Absolutely. Back when I was live streaming initially, there were so many limits to being able to live stream from a mobile device. And it was really awkward because I was attending events and then unable to live stream because I hadn't reached those limits yet. Then somehow I ended up getting early access to something. It happens sometimes. YouTube just randomly trial stuff on people. And I had live access. I had mobile access before I'd hit the requirements, and I just about did a dance. I was very excited. I got to go to this big event, the biggest one of its kind in Australia, and I was able to live stream from it, which was so cool. I look back at some of these videos now and go, oh, this is bad. But I leave them up because it's the journey. We don't start knowing everything. You can't start knowing everything. People who've been doing this for 10, 15 years, they don't know everything. They know a lot. There's some amazing creators out there teaching people how to do things. They know a lot. But YouTube is constantly evolving and constantly changing. So is Facebook and so is Instagram. They are constantly going. But it's just one of these things that you can know as much as you can. I think keep learning. Be prepared to keep learning. I set aside time every single week for education. Doug's concerned at how quiet the vertical comments are. I don't know, Doug. I mean, they are quiet. I agree with you. They're very quiet. but I'm all right with it. I'm okay with it for now. Quiet means no trolls for now. Knock wood, knock wood. Okay. Oh gosh, I hope I don't set the dog off. I just realized. Oh no, he's going to think someone knocked at the door. Manufactured home living likes his C920, but uses his Canon M50 Mark II for live and YouTube videos. Still uses the C920 on Zoom. I have my desk set up, right? This is my spot. This is where I work. This is where I do everything. I use this camera for all the things. I have my webcam, but it's facing down at the desk for other types of content. It's definitely you got to work out what works for you. And if that's what you want to do, then that's what you do. I've still got my C920. For a while there, I actually had it clipped to the roof, and it was like this big overarching shot. And yeah, so I had a C920 up on the roof doing that. It wasn't the best quality, but it wasn't terrible, especially because I light this area really well. Webcams like light. So Doug loves his M50 MK Mark II. John Pullum's over in the vertical chat being cheeky. John, watching you. Watch that one, Doug. So yeah, I'm going to have some more drink. Right. So, does anyone have any questions for me? I'm very curious. Very curious. Amazing Destination says, interestingly, Zoom uses a 720p for video, but then 1080p for screen share. Look, Zoom is its own thing, right? I hear a lot of people like, I use Zoom to do this and this and this. I'm like, I don't like how Zoom compresses everything. The only thing I use Zoom for is large group chats. That's it. I don't use it for any educational purpose. I don't use it for any of my streaming. I don't use it for recording anything. I tried it. I didn't like the quality. If I'm recording something that I want to record it as live and be bringing in screen shares and things like that, I'll use Ecamm or StreamYard and just record rather than go live. That's the other thing. StreamYard and Ecamm both make it so you can just record. If I'm doing something where I want to be doing a walkthrough on content, I'll use Camtasia. So it is really a little bit crazy for how it all works. Florida Manufactured Home Living is asking, do you need a new stream key each time you start live? Now, it's going to depend on where you're streaming and how you're streaming to them. If you are RTMP streaming, maybe it depends. I don't think you do for YouTube. Once it's set up, I think it's fine. But I'm not sure about Facebook. I thought I always had to I thought their stream key changed all the time. So I thought I did have to grab a new RTMP from Facebook. I mean, now I can link Facebook. So this is, back ages ago. But yeah, it's usually no. So once you've set something up in StreamYard, it's usually there. So for today's stream, going to Twitter, LinkedIn, and dual, both vertical and horizontal on YouTube, I added no new links. I just connected the little circles because we're using StreamYard. I just connected those circles. That's all I did. I just chose, okay, I want to go stream here, 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 and here, done. I don't have to go in and change anything or update anything. Apparently, when you are streaming into Facebook groups, you do need to double check it because sometimes Facebook disconnects. It's been doing that a bit. It's been disconnecting a lot of people and they have to constantly re-add in their thing. I think I'll get a sneeze. Gamer Widows, it's so good to see you. I'm feeling okay. I can't smell anything but smoke and I can't hear out of one ear and my throat's still sore, but the brain fog is starting to lift. So that's nice. That is nice. Yes. Okay. For Manufactured Home Living had to reconnect Facebook. Yeah. And that's from Facebook. Facebook are doing that. That's part of the problem. over the last, I would say 6 months at least, Facebook have been making it very difficult, especially for StreamYard and other third-party access to stream into groups. They've been changing things up. They've been making it so that viewers have to give permission before their name can appear, so that their name can be added to stream. Those viewers might have watched 3 without having to redo it, and then all of a sudden they're back to anonymous user, so they have to go in and do it again. It's very random. There's like privacy concerns. So, you know, it's one of those sorts of things. And so this is all coming from Facebook. So no matter which service you're using, whether it's Ecamm, StreamYard, Restream, EVMux, vMix, whatever it is that you're using, they're all having issues with Facebook. The problem is Facebook. It is not the softwares. Although if you go into some of the groups, oh my gosh, some people are really angry at the softwares because of Facebook. Oh yeah, brain fog it's been pretty hard. Yeah, and just constantly sleeping. I mean, I'm a person who doesn't usually sleep a lot, and I'm just asleep a lot, and I don't like it. A live stream consultant says if you're RTMPing into Facebook, then yes, you need a key every time. If you go through the interface, no, you don't. So yeah. Oh, I will keep an eye out for it. Thank you, Gable Widows. That could be why Louise lost it twice this morning. So yeah. I tried the straight Facebook interface, was lost. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Facebook interface at all. So yeah, just hang on for 1 second, you guys. Oh, trying to mute. Alrighty, sorry about that. The downside of of getting over the big you know thing. What are we calling it on the internet now? I try not to demonize things by giving them new names, but I think there's issues with saying COVID. But yes, yeah, Facebook are constantly asking you to reconnect when using Ecamm, StreamYard, and all of the rest of them. So yeah. John, thanks so much for joining in. I really appreciate you giving time. I know that that today is a special day for some people, so have fun. Plague is a good one. Yeah, Game Winners has said plague. So yeah, plague is a good name for it. It's a bit plague-ish. So yeah, so streaming to Facebook, it is trickier. I'm not going to lie. That's one of the reasons why I chose YouTube. YouTube is my best option. And for me, that was because stability, ease of use. It's actually kind of funny. It's kind of like why I also use StreamYard. It's for stability and ease of use. And this is the thing. I would rather something be decent quality and not have to mess around with it all the time than be having to do another way. Did that make any sense at all? I'm not sure. My brain is struggling with words. Yeah, that's right. The sorry, live stream consultants is chatting with Florida Manufactured. Florida Home Living says it may be enough to push me back to the Kajabi community and stream there. So my question for you is, you've got a massive audience on YouTube. Your channel is what? Where's it up to now? It's over 20,000 subscribers. I know that much. It's probably way more, and I'm underselling you. But it's at least 20,000 subscribers. So why is YouTube not an option? Just out of curiosity. Like, I know that you've got your Facebook community and you do have Kajabi, but I'm just wondering, like, why have you ruled YouTube out? Oh, 24,000. You were on fire. Go you. I knew it was more. While Russell is deciding whether or not he's going to answer that question, because I ask you doesn't mean you have to answer, honestly. I'm just curious. But yeah, so choosing what you're doing. Oh, it's a private group. Okay. Well, you know, you can stream to YouTube privately or unlisted, right? And then give them the link and they can still come into the chat. So you still get all the benefits of YouTube and being able to keep it private and only have it available for those that are a part of the group. that you have that option. That's what I used to do for my Patreons. I would run an unlisted stream and only share the link in the group and go that way. But yeah, you can run an unlisted stream. It doesn't appear on your channel. Nobody outside of you and your channel managers or editors or whatever can see the content is there at all. And then you can actually utilize parts of it and trim it down and make shorts out of it if that's what you want to do. Any little bits of nuggets that if you want to be like, if you want more information about this, then you can come in here. Florida Manufactured says, and it's an auto recorder for replay in the group. Well, if you're using StreamYard automatically saves a copy, and then you can just download that and upload it to your group. It is recorded. You just have to add it there. That's all. But in StreamYard, once your live stream is finished, you can, you leave studio, then you can click library. You might need to wait a little bit, like I'm talking a minute or two. I'm not talking hours. And then you can actually just download the entire stream and then upload it to your group. So those options are there as well. But there's steps that you may not be willing to take, and I get that because it is a private group and you do want those conversations. So in that instance, I mean, Zoom might be an option if that's what you want to do. I don't know. Does anybody know if when you do a webinar on air through StreamYard, if that records as well? I think it does. I do think it records as well. So the other option is, rather than running a live stream, get the pro account and then go in and run it as a webinar, which means it's only open to those that register. So you can send it through that way. The Phuket Possum project with GT. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I can't bring it up on the other stream. If you are considering adding, can you quickly send me through just the link for the Weibo or whatever it is, just so that I can open that up as well, please. That would be amazing. But what I want to say is Amazing Yacht Destinations is also Phuket Possum project. They have a request. And I have a request of you. If you were considering, just saying, if you were considering using my Buy Me a Coffee link today, please don't. Please put that money towards the Phuket Possum project. So Lewis's son's dog has just suddenly come down with an illness that's making it so he can't walk. And with surgery, it can be fixed, except the surgery is expensive. As those of us with pets totally know and understand, surgery for our fur babies is expensive. And when we've had them and when they're parts of our family and parts of our lives, we want to do what's best for them. So if you can, please make a donation, even just $1, or I don't know what the minimum is, whatever the minimum is, it will all help. And that would be amazing. Now I'm just trying to see if I've got the link here. I do. Yep. I've just got to open it up here so I can get it. Bear with me. I should have been organised, and it was one of the things I was thinking about yesterday when I was doing this. So I'm just going to open up Messenger for just a second. I will leave it on. It'll be pinging constantly. There we go. I want this link. Now, I'm still going to drop the link over on the vertical. I know you can't click it, but it's there. You might be able to search it up some other way. But if you were considering making a donation but if you were considering supporting the channel today with a Buy Me a Coffee, then please don't. Please go and put that $4 over onto the other one. Oh, she has. Oh gosh, that's great news. She has started moving one of her back legs. That is a relief because the particular illness that they have um, means there's still there's still feeling. So having some movement is so good. It's so good. Oh, anyway. So if you want to, if you can, please spend a few dollars over on the Weebon for the operation for GT. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I watched the video. It made me cry. I'm such a soft touch, honestly. When it comes to our fur babies, like our Louis, when we first got him, he was like this joyous little crazy dog. And then we took him in for just a regular vet check. We knew when we got him he had a heart murmur. We knew that. We'd had a dog with a heart murmur before, but she had not required anything. We just had to watch it, and she couldn't have surgery. So we really had to watch it, and she wasn't born with it. It was because of an incident that happened that she ended up with a heart murmur. So whereas this Louis had been born with his, but it turned out that Louis still had, there was an additional blood vessel that was connected to a major organ and his heart from when he's, in utero. And usually they just disconnect naturally and everything goes normal. So unfortunately, with some dogs, it doesn't. And they don't normally last past 12 months. Their poor little hearts get worked too hard. But there is a surgery that you can do to save them. The surgery was ridiculous money, and we are still digging ourselves out of that hole. We would never have changed our minds on it. We would never have done something different. We were in the lucky position knowing going in that if we did this surgery, it was a once and done. No ongoing medications, no ongoing treatments, nothing like that. It was just fix the issue and done. But the problem was small dog, heart surgery, expensive, like crazy expensive. So I know what it's like having to make this decision. And it is hard. And when you really just want to fix them and the only thing stopping you is money, it feels so, I don't even know the word. Like for me, I just get so frustrated when the reason that something can't happen is just because of money. Like there's no real reason in my brain. That's not a real reason. It's, but I know it is. Don't worry. I know it is. I know the reality. I do know the reality. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. Anyway, I've rambled on for so long. I really appreciate you all being here. If you can donate to Phuket Pawsome Project, please do it. I totally understand if you can't as well. If you can't, please share it out. I have made a post over on Twitter. Please repost my post. Or if you can't grab this link, go to at Chantelle Hills 1, little 1 at the end. Somebody else has got the other one. I'm looking at you, random person who never posts. They never post. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'd really like that handle, please. So yeah. So I just made sure I got Chantelle Hills 1 on everything else. Oh, is that weird? It's weird. All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to let you all go watch Super Bowl if that's what you want to do, or whatever it is that you want to do for the rest of your evening or day. And I will catch you all here next week. Maybe not multi-streaming two streams on YouTube. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We might need to test it again on a time that's not Super Bowl, because once is not testing. Once is a trial. We've done our trial. The connection works. We may require more testing. All right. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I really enjoy these streams. And even though I'm not feeling 100%, I really just wanted to stream. And so I knew that you guys in here would be really kind and like not mean to me while I wasn't feeling my best. So yeah. I will see you all next time, and I hope you have a fantastic week. I've got to end both streams now. So bye everybody. Ending.